Oh boy, have you ever come to the right place for a full body workout today. Welcome to today's Level 3 Killer Full Body HIIT workout. We're going to be going through 8 different exercises combining strength and cardio for 3 rounds. 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of active rest. Yes, unfortunately, you did hear that correctly. We are going to be working right through those breaks today. So grab your weights, grab your water bottle, and let's get started with a little bit of a warm-up. All right, let's start with some nice big arm circles here, just marching in place and getting our shoulders nice and warm. Other direction. All right, reaching for our opposite toes, keeping our back nice and flat. Coming straight down, we're going to keep that chest up tall, a nice warm up here for your hamstrings. And going into a rear fly, we're just activating those upper back muscles on either side of the spine. Nice big squeeze and hold at the top. All right, stepping back into a lunge, arms up overhead, again warming up the shoulders, warming up the upper back and our hip flexors. Reaching across the body, adding in a chest warm-up here for you. Coming down into a squat, we want to get those quads ready for what is to come. Just a little jogging in place or a boxer shuffle, anything to get your heart rate up just a bit. Okay, guys, here we go, starting with our first round of 3. We've got 4 exercises coming at you. First one, we're going to do a bicep curl hold. We're going to lunge back, do a hammer curl, and then lift out to a lateral raise. So making sure to keep that shoulder depressed as we lift our arm up and out. Switching sides. Nicely done. All right, we're into our active rest. Anything to get your heart rate up here is fine. You could do some heel digs, you could do some high knees, some butt kickers, whatever feels good. All right, we're getting down nice and low into a squat step out repeater, and we'll switch sides halfway through. Keep your chest up nice and tall and sink down nice and low into your heels. All right, switching sides. Last few seconds. Awesome job. Into your active rest. All right, coming up, we're going to do a full sit-up into an overhead shoulder press. For this move, you want to lead with the chest as you sit up. Bring your elbows out nice and wide for that press overhead. All right, active rest. Coming up, we're going into some weighted chest to ground burpees. So you're going to come all the way down to the floor, do a nice bicep curl, and throw those weights overhead. Make sure you're hopping right up onto your heels from your toes. Nicely done, and just like that, you are into round 2. Make sure to avoid any momentum happening here. You want to hold your abs nice and tight and only lift a weight you're comfortable with. All right, switching sides. I want you to get down really low here, sitting back in your imaginary chair. Switching sides. Let's make this exercise count by coming down nice and slow. feel free to go nice and heavy with your weights for this one if you have the option. Look at you, already into your final round of your first 4 exercises. All right, switching sides. Switching sides. Focusing on our posture, keeping our back up nice and tall. You can also modify this one by using no weights at all. Here comes round 1 of your second half. We are starting out with a push-up into a Spider-Man climb. You can absolutely modify this exercise by doing the push-up from your knees, coming up to your toes and then doing your Spider-Man climb. Great job. Into your active rest. All right, we're doing a weighted frog hop. You're going to get 2 or 3 hops in and then shuffle back to the beginning of your mat. You can absolutely do this one without a weight. The weights are optional, and if you want to make it tougher, you're going to hold 2 weights. Great job. Active rest. Next up, we're going to do a dumbbell fly into a rear lunge, and we're going to switch sides halfway through. Feet a little wider than hip width apart here. We're going to press those knees out as you come down in your squat. Switching sides. Yes, great job. Active rest. Okay, going into an around the world V-sit. Our heels and our hands are going to hover just above the floor. So let's make this one easier on ourselves by lining up our breathing. Big breath out as you sit up and deep breath in as you extend out. Into round 2. Do your best to keep your elbows back doing this one. Nice and wide for this one. Most importantly, all my weight in my heels, sitting right back in that imaginary chair. Switching sides. You want to stay in sort of that banana position, which is palms up and feet slightly up above the floor. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. Here we go.
You cannot escape.
Drawing your tummy up and in throughout, holding those abs tight. If your quads are not burning at this point, you are not doing it right. I want you to get down nice and low. Feel free to go a little bit heavier with your weight here if you've got it, and we're definitely working on our balance with this one. Switching sides. We're really activating our lower abs with this one. Try to keep your lower back pressed down into the floor if you can. Another super dramatic ending to your workout. I'm so proud of you for getting this one done. Check out the sweatiness and my angry veins coming out of my forehead. Hopefully you guys got a little sweaty as well and got that heart rate up. Let's go into a stretch. We definitely earned it. Stretching out our inner thighs, just leaning to one side. And now is your chance to take those nice deep breaths and think about how hard you just worked. Coming up tall, we're going to just fold in half and allowing your lower back to just curve, fingertips to the floor. We're going to sweep it back and forth. So hopefully you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of your hamstrings here. Going into a hip flexor stretch. We're going to go from our back knee, or you can pick the back knee up off of the floor if it's bothering your knee. Adding in an overhead reach, we're going to target those obliques here as well. And switching sides. Nice deep breaths here. Coming down to your mat, we're going to go into a cobra stretch and lengthen out those abdominal muscles. Eyes up to the ceiling. You should feel a nice stretch in the front of your neck as well. And sinking back into a child's pose. Again, just rounding out the back, nice deep breaths, and walking those fingertips out and away from you as you go. Guys, come on up to your feet. We're going to head over to the wall and stretch out our chest. Other side. And we can't forget about those glutes, so let's have a seat in our figure 4 stretch. Other side. Sinking right down, stretching out those glutes. We definitely used those bad boys when we did our frog hops. All right, guys, reaching our fingertips down towards the floor, we're going to drop our ear to our shoulder. Other side, big reach for the floor. And last but not least, let's stretch out those triceps. If you can't quite connect your hands together, you can always give yourself a little bit of assistance by dropping a towel or a band down the center of your back to bridge the gap. Oh, all done. I'm so happy that you guys joined me today, and I hope that this workout felt great. Good job, pat on the back, and look how strong we are now. That was really awkward. All right, guys, take care. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more workouts from Most Excellent Fitness. Stay excellent.